Hello my beautiful badgers, Messicoda back again with another live dev interview, this time with 2Cubes and the gorgeous GameKit controller. This interview took place on my live Twitch stream, all the w.twitch.tv/themessicoda, where we looked at all these amazing new updates that have come out on GameKit controller. It's so huge, it will blow your mind. Sit back, enjoy, and I'll see you all in a moment. Everybody sitting at home in front of your Google Watches, your Alexa microwave PCs and computers of the future, give a warm and messy welcome to 2Cube Studio Santi, creator of Game Controller Kit. No, do you know what? It's 10 years, it feels. Yeah, I always get the name wrong. I always say Game Kit Controller, Game Controller Kit, right? But it's Game Kit Controller. But it feels to me that every time you come on, I always say to you, it feels like it should be Game Controller Kit, but it's too late to rebrand and change the name. So I'll have to live with it. I'll have to learn how to speak English.
Yeah, I am terrible with names, with choosing the proper words, and I don't like Game Kit Controller neither. I would prefer a more better name, but I got that, and I prefer to leave it like that for now.
in a fantasy world, what would you change the name to? Like, if you could, obviously everyone knows it now. It's famous. It's one of the most famous assets on the asset store. So it's too late to change it, Santi. But if you could change the name, what would you choose?
Not sure. I think I will use some universal or similar word. Not sure where or how, but yeah, so something like that. Not sure. Or definitive engine or something similar.
The ultimate game kit.
Or maybe just one word that doesn't exist, just for the sake of it.
Oh, make up a word. That would be awesome. What about a Spanish word?
Excuse me?
What about a Spanish word? You could call it Kitio.
Not sure that would work. I think I haven't seen any actual on the story with,
I'll tell you what,
using French or Spanish, for example, on his name. Could be interesting, but
what's controller in Spanish?
Same word, controlador.
Well, that's not a good example what we could use.
No.
What
The words are boring in any language.
The words are boring. Oh my word!
It is like a regular show, but for an asset, regular kit.
Do you know what? To make something sound Spanish, all you need to do is add an O at the end of it, or an EO at the end of it. Controlio. Unitio. That's pretty much what all you need to do.
It would be similar to Japanese with words, like they always add something strange, like Metoroido.
Exactly. It would be very popular in Spain and Japan. It would be huge. So Santi, what have you been up to since the last time, other than us rebranding the amazing Game Kit controller? See, I got it right then. Game Kit controller! ! GKC in chat, please, everyone at home. Now, what have you been up to? Because you sent me a load of videos, and it looks like it's a lot.
Yeah, I have been working without pause for all this time. I think the last time we meet was the last year, about June or similar.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically I haven't stopped since that. Working almost every day and being on Discord as well. I have a terrible memory, so don't even remember what I did during all that year. But I can tell the most recent stuff, like the possibility to use genetic models for the asset. So now it's not limited to humanoids, but any model for animals, monsters, robots, whatever it is.
Oh, wow.
rig. That's one of the elements. Well, you can see in this video, for example, I added recently the crafting system. Many more traversal movement, like the free click system inspired in Breath of the Wild. And I should see the description of the asset to refresh my memory, because I can't remember all of that.
Well, I've just been told that I put the wrong. I called it Game Kit Creator on the title of the stream. Thank you so much, Nick Dollars. For do you know what my brain must have been in a floating line? I fixed it now. Last time you came on the stream, we took some assets from Maxim Bagrimov, I think, his dwarfs, and we got them into Game Kit Controller, and we added weapons, and we ran around, and you had some parkour that you had in there, and also the grappling hook and flying around.
Yeah. So, another interesting thing that I added was the never use the proper word, armor and cloth system, basically to customize the aspect of the character, to put different parts of armor or cloth or similar inspired in games like Breath of the Wild, Dark Souls, and others, which also can affect to the stats and values of the character. That is another interesting and very useful element which was added, and I'm sure that will be very useful for people.
Oh, that's awesome. That's because my failed asset that I was working on was trying to do that, and now I don't need to do it because you've got it embedded into GKC. So that is fantastic. So you're going to share your screen with me in a bit to show off some stuff on your computer. Is that right?
Yes, no problem.
Because that'd be amazing. Now I have to ask the same question I ask you every time you come on the stream. Okay. So apologies that I'm going to ask you, but I have to ask you. Right. Multiplayer, how's that going?
Excuse me.
Online multiplayer.
Yes. It is going to get started on this current update finally.
You say that to me every time I ask you, and then you get distracted adding 1,000 new features into the kit first. It's
I know that. I am very aware, but now it's true.
I think your kit has got more features than any other asset on the asset store. Is it difficult though when it becomes so big, when you need to update things? Like, are you finding yourself lost in the source code?
Not at all, because it is all organized in a very easy way that allows to basically extend over the main structure of the system. That allows to have a lot of freedom about the different elements that are being added, because that allows to interact between each other, but gives it is not complicated to find what you need for every part. So yeah, it's not spaghetti code or hard code. A lot of it is made also very modular, so it is easy to extend and locate each part. So yeah, also in the last couple of years, I have been focusing more on improve that modularity part, and yeah, make the asset the code very very simple and easy to organize. So yeah, at this point it's not difficult to start a new system or improve a previous one or similar.
So if I wanted to add some custom features into GKC, then it would be easy for me to find out and do it.
Well, it will depend of your knowledge of code or the element itself that you would like to add, because there is there is many elements that you would probably would be able to make with the current elements just with configuration, because everything has events to activate different elements. So you can add, for example, abilities or stats, and the inventory, for example, allows to also combine or keep or craft any element, and you can, besides events, you have the remote event system that is very simple yet very useful, because it allows to communicate different objects between each other without any relation on the configuration. So two different prefabs can talk each other without need of that. There is a video that shows an example of that, and it's very simple. So yeah, at this point it's not difficult to handle it, because if not, I will become crazy. For example, I remember some development of games like Battle Unknown Player Battleground. Never remember the name. Player Unknown Battleground. I think this is. It is famous for having very problem, a lot of problems during its development, because the developers made the code so difficult to understand and to follow that each that always broke something. So yeah, I have worked to avoid to handle that kind of situation.
You've made me something that hasn't happened in a long time. You've made me excited to jump into the code. So I'm gonna have to do that, because I was sitting there thinking, I was thinking of the first time I ever reviewed your kit all those years ago, and it's a completely different asset now. And back then we were thinking, like, how can you add your own crafting or integrate an existing crafting system? But now you with the new update, you sent me this video. So you've got a crafting update in the kit now.
Mm-hmm.
So I could sit and I love the way that blood is. It looks like blood's coming off of that flesh surface column.
Yeah, that is, for example,
it's a column full of human blood. That's how I've envisaged it in my head. It's like, this column is full of the blood of my enemies, and I'm slashing at it. So with the new crafting system that you've added in there, does that mean like we can make a survival game in any kind of like game whatsoever, and I can make craft objects, craft weapons, craft buildings? What can with this?
Yeah, basically that is the idea. I always like to think and check games that already have the system that I want to replicate, like I did with Minecraft, Starbound, Terraria. I basically check a few of those games. Not my type of game though, but there were many elements that all of them say. So I took them and basically organized the structure of how it would work, and it's very simple actually. So yeah, at this point is any inventory object can be configured to be crafted, and you can set there is also a tool to set the ingredients or materials used in. Basically, you create a new element, a new template or blueprint or how you want to call it, and set the ingredients used for it and the object that you will generate. So that is all. Besides that, it has option to set the piece that will be obtained from disassembly or to repair it. For example, when you use a fire weapon, it can reduce its durability. I think that I took that idea from Dying Light. That game, most of the weapons can be broken, so you can repair it. And for all the information, all the different elements that you can use to craft or repair or disassemble, basically that can be configured easily.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
and for that, use repeatable objects. An element that I have started to use it in many other systems as well in the past couple of years or so in the asset.
That is great. I'm just in my head now. I've got images of me remaking Fallout. Oh, this is
One thing
brilliant.
that the more thing that I want to add to the current crafting system basically is to build structures similar to the asset easy building system,
Yes.
which also still working with the asset. And I want to add more element to that integration. But along with that, I will add my own building system to basically build anything that you prefer for the structures.
Oh, that's awesome. I love the fact that it's integrated with easy build system, because that in itself keeps on expanding and adding new features, and I like that system. And the fact that you're making your own inside, so somebody doesn't have to buy two assets to do it as well, is fantastic. Oh, right. There's yeah, as I say, you've got me excited. I've got so many ideas running through my head. I'm sure everyone else in the stream has, who's watching this, is thinking of all the cool things that you could be doing. And it's watching the video where the person gets it blown up. It's not just the crafting that you've added. As I say, last time you came on, we had a bit of parkour. We were jumping over things, and you had the grappling hook, which was awesome. But now you've got a full climbing system that you've put in there.
Yeah, inspired in Breath of the Wild. I love that game, so I wanted to replicate some of the mechanics, and the game system itself is something I wanted to try. There is some room for improvement, of course, but it will be done, of course.
So is that the Zelda game then, Breath of the Wild? What is Breath
Yes,
of the Wild?
the most recent one released in the Switch is the game that is going to get a sequel the next year.
So I need to play more games. I don't play games that often. I just played a zombie game just this week, Days Gone. I love it. I need to play more games to get more ideas like you're doing here. So what's different about the climbing system in this compared, like, do I need to add objects on the wall for it to know to climb on, or do I just set the wall as climbable and now the character can climb anywhere?
No, basically this is the cause because the system is called free clean system, because it's not a waypoint or fixed places to climb like Assassin's Creed. That is a different climb system. In Breath of the Wild or the one on the asset is basically free, so you can clear any surface, and basically there is a trigger preferred to place, so you can set zones where inside that trigger you can clean, or attach that component to the same object with the collider, or basically use a tag for the surface to clean. So basically, you have all that possibility to set what can be cleaned and what can.
Can I set the different materials have a different type of surface to be climbed? Like some is slippier, shiny, so it's harder to climb. Some are easier to climb. Or is it just
yes?
It's climbable?
I think so. You can. One of the options is to put the component in the collider or in the same object with a collision, and there are options to slide down an option to send different values for the claim system, like speed and similar. So yeah, I think it could be possible. But if not, I will check that, and if not enough possible already, I will include it. It is a useful element.
Oh man, I got more ideas coming. So in chat, I was sending Sandy messages a few years ago where I sent him a video of the Lego multiplayer where it was split screen, and if you move around and then you go together. It goes to one camera. And when you move apart, it turns into two camera. And I kept on badgering him, and he's added it, and then sent me a video to go. There you go. Look, it's working in there. I had to stop myself sending Santi messages with new features that I want added into this kit, because every time I had an idea, I was like, that'd be awesome in this kit. I have to stop myself doing it again, Santi, because if I do, you're never going to get multiplayer put in, because you'll just be
No,
having more ideas coming your way.
believe me, I have a Google Docs document with elements for the future, and it's about 60 pages.
Oh my god,
And
60 pages.
But as I said, there is that, but the online is for the current of that in process. Along that, I want to work on the VR integration and the full body awareness. So those three are the three main elements of this current of data.
Great question in chat. Like, how good do you need to be as a coder to do this? Is it visual scripting, like, just drag and drop components, or do you need to code to be able to use this kit?
No, the idea of this kit is to be able to use it without go to the code or modifier or add it. You are totally able to configure it all just by the setting on the spectrum. So basically, you can configure what system you want to use and what don't, and just disable it. And you don't need to actually touch any of the code. But of course, if you want to extend or modify those or change something, the code is all available to modify as you prefer. But the idea of the asset is to allow to configure it all by settings.
Wonderful, because sometimes code can be scary, especially with a massive asset. Like I was saying earlier, like for somebody who doesn't know this, who needs to delve into the code, could easily get lost. You're describing how wonderfully modular it is, but I think even then it might be a little bit scary. The fact that you don't have to even open up a single line of code to use this kit, which we've done previously on the stream as well, is fantastic. Before we start sharing screen, you mentioned about now you don't need to be just humanoid characters. You had before where you could take control of a car or something. I forgot the word you used, where it was like you've taken control of something. But now
I think you mean the override or possession system inspired in Mario Odyssey, no? Right?
But now you said you've got it working with any. So like your video here, you're controlling the dragon.
Yeah, from Marvel's.
Yeah.
So basically, that is another element that was added, I think, this year. I think, which is the general drive rider system, which basically allows to plug any external vehicle or animal controller from the storage or custom made into the asset without extra code, just by settings. So basically, it's like put a driver rider seat, and you set by events when the input of the vehicle or animal is activated. So yeah, you can use it with Marvel's realistic car controller, universal vehicle controller, mesh combat kit, space combat kit. But basically, if you go to my YouTube channel, you will see like 20 tutorials about that, which the process is basically the same in all of that. But I wanted to show many examples of it.
You could have done it as a paid add-ons and just sold the same thing over and over, but just put a different name on it. Say, no, this is the extra £5 or $5 to get the Malbers add-on, another $5 to get the Mech Warriors add-on, but it's all standard inside. If somebody's already bought GameKit controller, like, how are you making any money then? Like, I'm assuming everyone on the asset store already owns it. Anyone who's using the asset store already owns this, because you're not charging for updates every time you do this.
Everything has been free so far. If you want the asset, for any place you got it in that moment, you have the content totally available by free. Yeah, it's a philosophy that I have with the asset. So I prefer to keep it in that way.
So
Along with
you don't
the
have any plans to increase the price or start charging for updates?
what I used to do is increase the price of the asset when I think that the new content is salvage. From time to time, I usually increase $5 or similar. For example, the asset started in $20 back in 2015, and now is 55. So yeah, basically I change the price when I think that it worth the new elements.
Dude, I know that I shouldn't say it, but you could charge a lot more.
Yeah, I have planned to increase it a little more soon. But as I said, it won't affect to the people who already have the asset. What I have planned maybe a little different soon is basically the VR integration. It will be probably a small add-on about $5 or $10 just for the VR. Maybe it is the only thing so far that I think that will be a separate package. So the people that want to use it can get it.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yes, I like the idea of small add-ons. Uh, so like people, if people want it, they get it. If they don't need it, they don't need to buy it. Rather than increasing, charging an extra $50 for making a $100 asset or something, but there's some features that people don't need. Instead, making multiple add-ons for very bespoke custom features.
We don't make mistakes. We have
Yeah,
happy
but
accidents.
for now, the only thing that I think that will be like that is the VR integration. The rest will be, as always, free of that.
You're able to use VR without vomiting. I'm still struggling with that.
Uh,
Like when you
no,
use VR, does it make you dizzy? Or are you able to
yes,
play VR games?
I am not very used to VR as well. There's a moment that I start to get dizzy, so I will need to improve that where I work on the integration itself, because if not, it will be a very bad moment for me.
It's all about getting those frame rates. And Big Gamey just subscribed. Thank you so much, buddy, for the sub. Are we? I really want. I love watching these videos of all these new features. I could sit here watching them all day, but I really want to see you share your screen and jump inside the updates because that's when we see things work and break, and it gets exciting when something goes wrong. But I'm so I want to end the stream now so I can go and start making a game in Game Controller. Right, that's how excited I am right now. But I need to be professional and I need to learn more of what's happening. This is on a 50% sale. If anyone doesn't know it, give me an exclamation mark GKC in chat, please, for Game Kit Controller, not Game Kit Creator, or like as I previously posted it on the link. Thank you so much. But gaming, right? Can you share your screen on the Teams, and then I will share what you're showing.
So let me first open the project.
2015 when it first came out. Wow, 7 years has gone by fast.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you'd still be working on this asset in 7 years when you started it, or did you think you'd be working on a game?
When I started, I just made it for fun, because I didn't consider that it will get any success or just some sales here and there. But yeah, I started in that year, and in about a couple of years later, I decided to basically leave my job, my job back then, and take this as my new job, and it has been like that for 5 years so far. and I hope that I can do it for many more, because
Oh wow!
as I said, there is a lot of content planet.
Congratulations, buddy! It's so wonderful to hear that you can make this is your full-time job, being able to survive. Making amazing assets like this. I wouldn't. I like. You got plans for any others? This is a full-time consuming endeavor. Like, you've got no time to work on any other assets or even make your own game.
No, because basically it takes all my time, because it is not only the work on the asset itself, but also the support. For example, from mails of users, or the Discord itself, which has maybe 3,000 people approximately, and of course not all the people are active at the same time, but I am on Discord all the days, so it takes a chunk of the time each day.
Do you
But
have
yeah,
to allocate some time? Do you like say for 3 hours a day, or you're doing customer support, and for 6 hours a day you're coding? How do you manage your time?
I would say more for both, but yeah. Basically, I take many breaks during the day. So basically, I don't work 8 hours at once. Basically, I maybe work a couple of hours, and during that time, I also check the Discord. So basically, as soon as I get some message, I try to reply it as soon as possible, because I don't want to accumulate a lot over time. It's a
Tell me, you take
something
your
I prefer to
breaks away
the
from your computer. When you're doing a break, you're resting your eyes away from a computer screen and like.
Nope.
Oh my god!
Because the computer is both my work and the thing I used to do in my free time, to check some series or video or play some game. Well, actually, the games I play now on the Steam Deck, which is amazing.
You need to look after your brain and your eyes, Santi. You need some time to unwind away from the electronics. I'm worried about your brain melting one day. And there was a question in chat saying, is it similar to Game Creator One? And Andy Rock says there's people who use both together. I was not aware of using both together in the one project. So people using Game Controller and Game Creator together. That was an integration I would never have thought of.
I think some people have used it, and I think it would maybe using GKC as the main system, and some of parts of Game Creator for configure the logic and maybe elements to interact in the scene. But yeah, it's a little strange. It depends on the people, because maybe they used to use the other asset, and they start to use GameKey controller, and instead of changing directly the project, maybe they start to merge both and see what they can use from one side and another, and decided to leave certain elements with one and others with the other. Not sure 100%, but I think that is a probably case.
Well, that it goes to show that assets, everyone uses things in different ways, which is fantastic. Have you managed to find the share button on the Teams?
Oh yes, I was opening the project. Okay, let me check.
Dun, dun, dun. Now we all know that my ability to make things break even works when other people share their screen to me, and I think we even had that with Jason Booth the other time, where Jason Booth was sharing his screen and we managed to break something just through me channeling my skill, my essence of bug detection over the internet.
Well, the project I have here basically is the current one that I am using for the new data, and there is some new stuff on it, so it will not all the elements are complete, so probably something will break for sure.
I love it. Hang on, full screen. How do
I think that I have said it already.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out how to. I did it last time of making it so it's big of just the shared screen, not a panel. But Teams did an update, and I always love it when they do forced updates on things. Okay, hang on. Let's. Dun, dun, dun. How's that? Is that working on the Discord? On the Discord, on the Twitch, everyone? No, it's not. If I go to the other screen, and
In theory, from this side is active, but not sure. I have chosen the.
No, I can see.
Unity.
I can see your screen. I can see you. I can see your shared. I'm just trying to share it to everyone at home, which was working. It was working yesterday's stream, and see, we told you we have to find a bug, and the bug is with OBS. Andy Rock says, I've had GameKit controller for a bit over 3 years. Have you made something amazing that we can see in the showcase? !Discord in chat to post a link to Discord. Do you know what I'm going to have to do? We'll end up just sharing my entire desktop. Oh, here we go. No, got it working. It's working now. And if I go to the other view, how's that? Dun, dun, dun. All right, everyone at home can see now.
Yeah, that's in my screen. Let me check. I think with some delay, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit of delay on
the. Yeah,
well, boom, magic.
Maybe 10 seconds of delay, I think. But, okay.
And it's clear. I can see. I was doing a stream with Adam Booth from Procedural Worlds, Santi, and I was complaining that the shared screen was all blurry and I couldn't see very clearly. It turns out that I needed glasses. The screen was perfect. It was just my eyes that didn't work. So now I'm wearing glasses. The screen's perfectly clear. It's brilliant. So it's amazing. I increased the resolution of my own eyes. I'm now in 4K
I
used
to that. I had glasses for about 17 years already.
So you already have 4K vision. Good.
I have around 2 or 3. Not sure the word. Dioptry. Yeah, in each eye, so it's not that much. I know people that have about 7 or 10 on each eye. I guess that is an invalid to be like that.
Yeah, my wife's like that. She looked at my prescription when I got it. She goes, "You don't even. That's not real. That's such a small amount." And I'm like, "Well, it makes a difference to me." And when I put on her glasses, it was like, yeah, the whole world had just turned bendy, bizarre. But here we go. Everyone's different. Everyone's special, and it's just another sign that I'm getting old, Santi. And when you get old, 2 things happen. Your hair falls out and your eyes stop working. 3 things happen, and you need to go to the toilet a lot more often. So that's when I get my breaks away from the computer, is all of the times I need to go to the bathroom and have a wee, because I'm now an old man. So hopefully you don't have that problem. Right, we're inside Unity. People don't want to hear about my wee breaks, do they? They want to see the amazing updates in GameKit controller from 2Cubes. Right, now, which version of Unity are you using?
Well, I still using 2017 to work, but for Unity I used to update to send the data in 2019.
So you're still start using 2017, that means that GameCube controller, people using old versions of Unity don't have to upgrade to 2019 or 2020 to be able to use this.
No, the minimum version is 2019 because the asset store is increasing the minimum version from time to time. Now, I think new assets must use 2020,
Wow.
but assets that are already have some years of antiquity can use 2019.
But in reality, if you're using 2017, it would still, if somebody downloads the one that, you know, from the asset store that has been made for 2019, it would still work for 2017.
That depends on the backward compatibility with 20. I think not.
Oh, Androvox says yes.
I mean, I think you can try to downgrade the version, but I think Unity sometimes a bit not the ask to make that manually or similar, depending of the version. I think from 2020 to 2021 allows to downgrade the compatibility easily, but not sure.
It's nice
But
to
yeah,
not have to support old ones, isn't it?
it is just for the I am used to use that version of Unity because it's very stable and it doesn't add so much time to process stuff and so because Unity it's adding a lot of things that is constantly reloading stuff and similar. Or to open the project takes some time.
I have to agree, Sandy. That's why I'm asking. I'm asking for myself more than anyone else because I still use 2017 because A, it's more stable, and B, it's so much faster than using the newer versions. And I use the new versions when I'm like reviewing or doing a new asset. I can't stop myself from going back to 2017 because I like it so much. Google says, if I make combat movements using GameKit controller, I'm wondering how well the foot aligns with rugged terrains. Would you or anyone else have happened to have used GameKit controller with non-flat terrains and have any input on how the workflow is? So you've got IK foot placements though, don't you? In GameKit controller. So if the terrain is bumpy, then one foot will be up and the other foot will be down.
Yes, there is an IK foot system that allows to exactly do that. So basically, the characters, both the enemies and friends and player, will do that. And also there's also a cool system for the hands of the player and also basically all the components from the player can be used on the AI. So basically it allows to place the hands in close surface to the player.
Now you've always had the IK and on the hands so that they could draw out weapons and don't need animations. I can't remember if you changed it last time, but you did say you were adding the ability to have proper animations for the weapons and not rely on just the IK hand movement.
Yes, that is for the fire weapons. For example, the melee use directly animation is 100% based on animation. And yes, for the weapons is planned. I haven't had the chance to add it yet, but it is very planned.
It's in the page of 60 updates. Is that where
yes.
it is? Is it going to be added before multiplayer or after multiplayer, Santi?
No, after.
See, I've got to keep you on track. I must stop you. I've got to keep you from being distracted from multiplayer. A question.
I actually used to ask to the community of the asset what they prefer. For example, for the order of elements or to set basically the priority of elements. And also along with that, the asset is always evolving in a very natural way because I try to organize the new elements assistant in a way that it makes sense to add some before others. So there is a foundation for the next one to arrive. So yeah, basically, I I do the two things for the asset. They take into account the community and also organize everything to make sense for it.
See, Santi, you can't trust the community. You can't trust human beings, the masses. You don't want to be like Elon Musk and asking people if you want to remain a CEO. You got to just do whatever you want. Don't listen to people. They'll ask for strange things like, you know, a dancing potato.
No, don't get the wrong idea. This is not a democracy. This is I am the only one, the main admin here, so I take the final decision.
Good. As long as it's not a democracy, we're happy.
It's the only thing where democracy that doesn't work.
Development by committee. Right, show me some cool stuff. Right, show me that it works really, and that it's not just in videos that it works. This is real time. You're inside a project. What are you going to show me? What funky cool thing? And actually, you know what? Before you click play, you've clicked play. It's too late for me to say before you click play. I was going to say, if you can show the editor, so people can see the editor as well, because people have never seen GameCube controller before, and they're not aware of how amazing your editor is for people to be able to make stuff, and customize their own project, their own game, without needing to write a single line of code.
Give me one moment. Yeah, basically, there are some. Basically, it's all used by components and inspector. There is no, for now, there is no visual scripting or nodes editor, but I want to add nodes editor in the future for systems like the emissions, dialogues, logic for the AI as well. So yeah, but for now is basically is all done by the inspector, and there is some components that has a custom editor, so it is more organized and simple to use. For example, one recent that was added is for the menu system. In each character now it has a proper custom editor, so it allows to have organized the different elements easily instead of a very large inspector. And let me check one moment here. For example, something that I added today is the ability to make parry and counter for the enemies. Is buried in Dark Souls. So basically,
Look how many weapons you've got. That's a lot of weapons.
Yeah, I have. I should clean the initial inventory. Okay, so let me check.
I'm worried about that person's back. How heavy all those things are. Oh my gosh, that's a bit violent, man. He was already on his knees. You didn't take him down. You didn't need to take him down, Santi. They were already beaten.
I basically searching for an interesting animation for that. Let me check one moment.
While you do that, Chad's just saying it's also easy works with iStep and Homebrew Foot IK. Just disable one component and add the components from these assets to show how you can easily just integrate other IK systems. I don't know either of those. I've been away from the asset store so long now, it feels, that I haven't got a clue what new assets are out there. So chat, I'm relying on you to tell me of new assets that are on the asset store.
Not sure what you mean.
Chat is talking about how you can add other assets, integrate easily assets with GameCube controller. And they're talking about assets I've never even heard of.
It will depend of the asset itself, because as I said, always each asset is a different word, and it depends of what it does. For example, all the 3D models we work for both props and humanoid and generic models, as you can use any one now for it. any terrain system will work, any camera effect and post-processing and any pipe renderer will work as well. Any visual scripting system too. System like I never remember. Basically, the most advanced terrain systems as well. That kind of stuff.
Well, have you used the new Bolt, which became the embedded Unity visual scripting, the one that's actually now inside Unity?
No, I think I thought that this was still in development. It is available now.
I thought it was in the as an alpha or beta or something. That I've seen people doing videos on it, where there was it's Bolt, isn't it? Chat, tell me if I'm wrong. That it's just it is in 2022. Thank you, Andy Rod. And it is just Bolt though, isn't it? Or did they change it? They just added integrated Bolt now into Unity and called it the visual.
Oh, I see. Yes, I think Bolt is available a long time ago because I'm free, but I haven't really used it so far yet.
Yeah, now it's called Unity Visual Scripting. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Unity was going to add a kind of nodes editor. Not sure is one to use Bolt to and rebranding for that or something similar. But yeah, I was waiting for that to be available because 2022 is beta or alpha or similar. Not sure we have another state.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming to the year 2023 now. Right? Mm-hmm. They should really have like stop naming Unity versions by years, because it just makes it feel weird. You know what I mean? We're in 2022 and the versions of Unity that we're using is 2019. So it's like, oh, so is the version of Unity you're using 3 years old, out of date? You should be using 2022. Oh no, 2022 is not ready yet. It'll be ready when we're in 2024. So when it's the year 2024, Unity 2022 will be ready. But by then we should be using Unity 2026. It's too confusing. Just call it Unity 5, Unity 6, Unity 7, like the good old days. You know what I mean?
But in about 15 years, you will have Unity with more and more numbers. In 100 years, it will be the same issue. I think it is probably because Unreal to avoid to use the same kind of name. For example, Unreal 4 or Unreal 5, but not sure.
I'm pretty sure in 100 years we'll be trying to survive the zombie apocalypse, mate. So it'll be the least of our worries. So your the animation you were showing for these ones, this is the takedown animation. Mm-hmm. For the melee.
Yeah, basically, it's I just got the idea about how the parry and counter will work on the melee system, and just configure it basically with the action system, which allows to configure action based on animation for any character, either player or enemies or friends. So yeah, basically, and also allows to configure a shared action. So a character will play an animation and the other will play another. For example, the attacker and the victim.
I love it because you need that for doing like grappling and takedowns and things like that.
Yeah, but basically any shared animation between two characters can be handled in this way. Recently, I added the action to when you start the game and you have initial inventory, so the message of the waffles will be placed there. And I took the weapon that I want to use, which is this one.
You're gonna
Basically,
you're gonna chop something, aren't you?
Yeah, the slave system is always calling me to slave anything in my path.
I remember last time you were on, you were like, let's start chopping stuff up. Chop that, chop it. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but basically, as I said, I take inspiration for any game that I like. I need to add sort of the mechanics, and in this case, it's Dead Space and Metal Gear Revenge. So I wanted to add those systems to the melee.
Yeah, last time
example,
you added God of War, throwing the weapon and catching it again.
Yeah, for example, in this case, this axe has the action for it, but also this has the option by default to teleport to the place where the weapon collide, inspired in Final Fantasy 15.
What happens when the weapon goes inside someone's head? Do you teleport inside that person's body or on top of them?
That's close to it.
Because that would be messy.
Let me see. Yeah, basically that is the rotating kid inspired from Resident Evil 4. Now a proper counter. This is another one.
Oh,
I had to adjust the match of both characters because, as I said, I am configuring this today. So what I basically did is detecting when the player makes a perfect block, which is basically just a timer delay option when you activate the block. So during X time of time, X duration of time, if the player receives damage from a target, the damage will be perfectly blocked, and that will trigger an event. And in this case, what it does is I added a simple component which is random event system, which basically will activate the interaction of the action system for one on another. For example, let me check here. Why is this so far?
It's vanished.
Yeah, it's the classic placement of the here. Basically, this is two-sided action. Basically, one example of parry counter and another with the player with the enemy getting on the knees or the other. So basically, it will trigger one interaction or another. In this case, I configured to tie a counter to enable one on another randomly. So basically, that allows to add variety to the game instead of making always the same type of counter.
Yeah, I love it.
For example, this is one. Yeah, basically attacker and victim for each one. So this is the one that makes the enemy on the knees.
Oh, hit right in the pirates. Down and then slap and then over.
And basically this the player takes the whole body and throws it away and then step on it. So yeah, I found this animation intensity for this example. Basically this is today. This is what I did today.
That's awesome. I've bought so many animations, Santi, that are like this, that are cause and effect animations, call and response, and I'm like, well, I haven't got the time or the energy to sit and code all this every time, and I was doing it and then I got bored, and the fact that you're going to do it in GameKit controller for me so I don't have to do it, it's brilliant.
Yeah, the action system so far is one of the best systems that I have added because it allows to basically configure any type of animation and trigger how many many options with it. For example, for events or what kind of movement the player will do, or use the very interesting element from animation to match a different position. For example, when the classic example is when you click that the player hand will adjust to the ledge of the surface. So that kind of stuff can be configured here with options instead of coding each of the actions to use. And basically, it's just configure the action system info with the duration, animation, name, and so. Configure the animation in the animator, and that's it.
I'm like worried. How do you maintain all the documentation for this? Because it's so much stuff that you keep on adding. How do you keep on top of adding up-to-date documentation for each new feature that you're creating?
Well, actually, it's not all the parts are fully covered yet, but I am focusing in the less intuitive elements. But along with that, I have keep making more tutorial videos and adding tools to make the workflow as simple as possible. For example, for the action system, many tools were added to configure elements like the melee attacks, which are also handled by the action system, and for the action system itself, and many others. For example, for the crafting or the creation of armor or cloth, the generic models. So yeah, basically I try to do this stuff as simple to use as possible with this list of options here of gaming controller in the bar option. Along with that, this year I have been an user, Tikal, has been very helpful because have taken care of the online documentation. So now along a local PDF file, there is an online documentation. So yeah, basically, awesome. He has been working a lot on that, and I will keep adding content to that and making many more videos.
I just want to point out, sorry, Santi, just good people who haven't seen, it's not just third person that GameKit controller can do. It's also first person, though, right?
Yes and no. It is fifth person, third person, and any type of locked camera. For example, for top-down, isometric, 2.5D, and locked camera like fixed camera like all Silent Hill and Resident Evil. So yeah, basically, literally any view that you want, and you can both keep the one that you prefer. So make it just again of fifth person or third person, or make a full combination of both.
Brilliant.
So yeah, for example, I recommend to check the videos for that. There are a few to show the different local camera samplers and demos on the asset as well. So basically, yeah, you can see the change of, for example, the classic Fallout view to change the distance with the camera, and the change from third to first person, where it doesn't matter if the player has many meshes on his body, it will be deactivated. Work.
Oh, do the attack and the parry while you're in the first person camera view.
No, the actor system and the melee is not fully adapted to first person yet, but it is a process. It's basically the only element that is not in first person yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going to be working. But I can show you that I think you already said it, is just for the fun. This boomerang that I added recently, inspired in The Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker. So basically you can hold the throw button, target objects, and throw it.
Or you could do like Guardians of the Galaxy, where he's got that whistle that makes the thing go out.
The arrow, yes.
Yeah.
So something similar, yeah. But you don't have to what's the word? To make the sound with the lips.
Yeah, the whistle.
Well, that is. You don't need to do that.
So what game is that from? What game did you get inspiration? You said for the boomerang.
Wind Waker. one of the Legend of Zelda from GameCube.
I don't see. I don't know that.
Well, the boomerang has been added on many games from Zelda, but I think Wind Waker is one where it's so very cool. For example, I took the idea from added the Mjolnir or the Hammer Thor from Thor.
Oh, you missed them. Come on, you can take him out. Yes, you got him.
Yeah. Basically, this will not attach, just push and break stuff.
Oh, it's brilliant. Oh, lovely, mate.
And for example, another cool element that they added is an extra option for the melee system. So basically, you can add extra actions to the same object. For example, this is a shovel, which you can use to attack, like any other melee weapon. But there is an option. Let me check here. Activate extra action. For example, this shovel can dig, and you can place actual zones to dig and get resources, for example, or basically expand anything that you want, or trigger events.
Oh, it's brilliant. I love it.
I can't remember if I have for example, a guitar that you can use as a melee weapon, and you can play songs with it to activate basically remote events on the enemies. We, for example, can turn them on fire or making them sleep, basically by remote events. So nothing is hard-coded. Basically, you activated the action, and in a radius, search for objects, and if those objects has a remote event system, which is this here, it will basically go for it. So basically, I configure the action to enter on fire or sleep for the just for fun. So basically, this is the remote event system, which is just a list of info, and you put a name, and with it you configure an event. So you can call remotely to any object from one to another with zero relative on prefabs. So you don't need to configure that the player will trigger something on the AI. Basically, it will be made through this.
Oh, I love events. Oh, my face is hurting because I'm smiling so much. Adam is in the chat. Hello, buddy. Now, I've got to ask you. I know you don't have any time, but let's pretend we live in a world where you've got GameKit controllers finished. You don't have to do any customer support. The sun is shining. Birds are singing in the sky. What game would you want to make with GameKit controller?
I think that one of the first game that I will try to use is some kind of Metroidvania with nothing too big. I would like to make a small map, yet it can be the classic zones where you can reach or enter because you don't have the needed ability, so you can keep exploring the places and unlock abilities and movements similar to Hollow Knight or Tunic or similar games. So yeah, I think I would like to add some small combat, allow mechanics for passes. So you resolve different elements, you fight, and probably add some kind of space elements. So maybe that the game will happen on some type of mini planet or space station. Yeah, I think it's something. It is one of the elements that I would like to do.
Oh,
And of course, also using the asset.
I really hope one day you get the time to be able to make your game, buddy. It would be wonderful. But I also have a feeling that you're never going to stop with your 60 pages of new features that you'll keep on adding, and it'll just keep on growing and more amazing cool stuff. But you seem to be having so much fun just adding new features into into GameKit controller. Like, so you don't even need to be making a game because you're having so much fun making this asset.
Yeah, but basically one of the things I love is to experiment and try things and replicate mechanics and elements from games I love. And from so many times I have wanted to actually achieve and see how they actually works, because from many years ago I had that the developer eye where you play a game and you can avoid to see this has been made like that, like that, or I will do like that or like that. So the guest part of how things are made is never stop to be fun.
Awesome. I love that developer eye. Did I miss the parry stuff in chat? Yes. We were playing about and it was doing counters and kicking people in the nuts and then slapping them down. We do those the counter stuff. But is the parry stuff different to the counters? Are you going to show me something different with parrying?
I actually think that it's the same. So basically, what I consider it, for example, I think in Dark Souls the parry itself is a different action from block, but I think that basically I combined the two elements. So basically, it's try to make a perfect block, and if you do it correctly with the proper time, the action to make the counter will appear. Basically, I will make a small clip showing that in Discord. Basically, I literally make a clip of the most important element of the day that I made on the asset during the progress of the Udate, and put it in the new section each day for about since I opened the Discord about 4 or 5 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, the chat just saying about how you're notifying in Discord about the new features. And he showed it. We were just seeing him with the stuff that he made today. He was just showing it on the stream. Did you go to the toilet when he was showing it on the stream? And because I was talking about needing a wee so much, did it make you need to go? Do you want to show it again? Because Adam Mace has just come into the chat.
Just no problem.
Show them again, buddy.
I actually know the user that is saying that he has been asked for this element for maybe a couple of years already, and I got the idea about how implement it. So I said, why not? It basically took about a couple of hours to configure and adjust it. So yeah.
You're never supposed to say that. If somebody's been asking for something for years, you always say this was very difficult, took a long time to make. I love that.
I actually don't care to say if an element was easy or complicated to add, because what is important is that it's useful and easy to use. There are many systems that makes a lot of customization options and it's easy to use, and with a lot of possibilities. We took maybe a couple of days or one week, and there is another which is just for fun or to experiment and to sort time of what's more complicated. But yeah, it's one of the elements I like to do for the asset, just experiment and try stuff. But of course, that it makes sense to add it. Yeah, for example, before I did, it triggered one of the interactions.
They just kicked you back.
Yes, one of the it is random, and there is two types of content. So yeah, basically it has done the same. I will make an example, a video clip later with showing the two ones that I configured so far. Yes, another interesting element is that the enemies can now use abilities just like the player, and I configure a few one. For example, the default used on the current enemies is the simple kick, so they can kick you around, basically to avoid that you can keep attacking them. Other abilities can allow them to throw grenades or throw fire, electricity, summon minions, for example, or activate laser vision. Even self-destruct themselves. And another interesting element that I have been working for this that is the improved order system for the AI. So basically, the friendly AI that you find in the Steam will join and follow you, so you can give orders to them from a menu. And I have made that the system is easy to extend to any type of order for them. So basically, you can activate their abilities in that way through commands.
So I can have a squad follow me around, listen to my orders. But yeah, I remember that didn't you already have the logic that you can hide from AIs and sneak up on them and stuff, like so when they're looking around they see you and they get alerted, and if you hide from them they don't see you and you can sneak on them.
Yeah, but yeah, there is basically a stealth system. I mean, a stealth ability, which basically is similar to Crisis, where you can cloak the player itself, and basically you become invisible. And along with that, you have an actual stealth system, which allows to hide in places like basically inside trailers. So you can configure classics, high grass, or corners, or any of below feature places like under tables, under beds. So for example, if you are doing a more stealth game for the classic survival horror where you have to hide from enemies, you can do that, for example. Inside lockers, for example, as well. There are many examples of that, and a demo for showing all those elements as well.
Yeah, I remember, because also in the chat saying that there's also got stealth kill. Yeah, so you just sneak up on someone and then slit their throat and stab their neck.
Basically, that is the same shaded action that of the parry counter. Basically, you can activate the interaction with an AI that hasn't detected you yet for that kind of interaction.
So many ideas for games that you could make. I mean, GameKit Control, you could make so many different types of games with this asset. It's incredible. Just so many features that you keep adding into it. It is crazy. I know that I don't want to. It's getting late for where you are, Santi. So I know it's past your bedtime. So I'll let you choose what else you want. What else do you want to show us before we go to bed? Because there's just so many features in there. If I was to choose, I think I'd keep you talking for another 4 hours.
As I said, I have a terrible memory, so I can't even remember what will be interesting. Let me check. For example, not sure you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can still see your screen.
It is. Let me check.
The God of War Thorax, we did it on the last stream. If you go onto the exclamation mark YouTube in chat, go to the YouTube channel, type in GameKit Controller, and you'll see all of the other chats that I've had with Santi before. And we've actually created characters together on the stream. And if you go to the Twitch VOD section, you can see the ones that we've done before. We've created characters, and in that we did the God of War throwing and things as well. So yeah, I love the God of War throwing axe. And last time Sandy was on, kept trying to get me to slice things, to destroy the terrain as well.
Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Should I not be seeing your screen?
I think in the screen you can see.
Yeah, hang on. When you tell me when you want to tell me when you want to. That's it. Okay, there you go. I can. The video's playing. Don't.
Okay.
You don't.
Okay, I will basically leave the video.
You're tapping to the stream. Don't worry. You're delayed.
Yeah. Basically, there is a 10-second delay or so.
Yeah.
But for example, along the crafting system, basically I added the the vehicles to be managed through the inventory as well. So they can be picked and dropped in the inventory and in the Steam. If you want, of course, you can disable that interaction so the player won't be able to pick actual vehicles into his inventory. Yeah, for example, in
That's
this
a
video, I
magic
saw
pocket. If he can pick up a whole car and put it in his pocket, that's a magic pocket. Something.
Remember that the inventory has a weight option, so you actually, if according to the user, they can set a limit of weight where the player can trigger events if the inventory is fully of weight, for example, making you slower or can pick any other object.
Is it easy for me to change the UI for the inventory system?
Yes, it is the regular interface of Unity.
And what if I want to have a backpack? Like when I pick up a backpack, I've got extra inventory, and I've got, you know, like a DayZ type of thing where I've got my trousers gives me different inventory slots, my jacket gives me a different inventory slots, my backpack gives me different inventory slots.
Mm-hmm. No, the closest element for that is basically you can pick inventory bags, which can increase your number of slots in the inventory, for example.
But can I have multiple inventories?
No, so far is a single list of objects. Not sure what you mean with different types.
The inventory is in the clothing that you're wearing. So if you wear the trousers, the trousers are a wearable container.
No, but maybe that can be interesting for another moment to actually think.
Sorry, Sad. So it's on page 61 now of the list.
What is before of that is the classic grid inventory, similar to Resident Evil 4, for example, where you can have objects taking 2 or more slots at the same time for objects with different sizes. That is an element that I want to add on as well.
I love chat saying about calling instead of putting the vehicle in your pocket, calling it. So it would spawn in front of you, but you don't have to put it in your pocket each time. Kind of like the Witcher game, Adamaze. So if you're out and about, you call your horse and it spawns somewhere out of shot and it will walk up to you.
There is actually an ability to call an animal that you used to ride, and if present in the Steam, when you call it, basically you will make the actual animal to go to you.
So you already have that feature. It already exists in the kit.
Yes, the generic model demo scene shows an example of that. For example, the ability wheel. Let me check 1 moment to select it. I think.
I love it. Your ability wheel is ridiculously huge.
Yeah, basically it's a list of examples you can adjust to use only the abilities that you prefer, or of course configure the new ones to use. So yeah, one of those abilities allows to summon the mount to ride, and if present already in the Steam, you will make to come to you from anywhere that it is from the Steam.
Just parachute is a newer feature. I think parachute was in last year, that wasn't it?
I think that was the paraglider, maybe.
Paraglider.
Mm.
You got so many features, mate. It's ridiculous.
For example, I recorded this new example of just a demo of the asset where the player is taken out of for carrying like a ship from a whole bridge, and he had to get inside again. It's better than something from the other space. As the remake is close to reach in January, So I just configured this video example, and inside of the ship there's a plasma cutter to basically slice an enemy. Just for fun.
Of course, you would have slicing an enemy just for fun. It's exactly everything you do is about slicing people up. So I'm gonna have to take you to the psychiatrist. Look at that. I'm guessing you like the TV show Dexter.
Nah, not so much. I tried to see some episodes, but no.
You need
Also, I remember all the people hated the end.
You need to watch more episodes. There's a lot of slicing, body slicing going on in that program. Right, yeah. So show me the parachute on the.
Let me check. Well, this is an example that I configured for an option that allows to, when you open the paraglider or the parachute, it will impulse you in the air for a little while.
So the wind takes you and pulls you up.
For example, the parachute, look, I configured it for an example of the inventory, so you actually have to keep an object to use it. So if you have that object equipped, it will allow to trigger the parachute. I think, let me check. Yeah, it's here. I have the new section like a summary of everything, so I can search for keywords and I can locate easily elements. Yeah, basically I take the parachute inventory, so I can equip it, and it go to the GKC slot to have a shortcut for it. So for example, when you fall and you press the slot where it's assigned, which in this case is 1, it will deploy it.
Don't
Basically,
die! You're gonna die, Santi! He's gonna die!
It's the same component as the parachute or as the paraglider, but it has different physics options for it
to
have awesome. a different movement feeling.
You need to roll when he hits the ground. Hits the ground and does a safety roll.
Already added.
Of course you do.
You can do that, and also as you can see when I fall, you can increase your fall speed. Basically, pressing the run button, you can do the mad descent.
Oh mate.
Let me check. There is a fun bit. I can't remember.
And if anyone has forgotten, I think I've already said this 100 times today. GameKit controller is currently on a 50% sale on the Unity Asset Store, so get it while you can.
I love this example because there is an option to allow to trigger damage on the characters when they are on ragdoll state. So basically, I kick them off the platform and then activate the ragdoll, and when they collide at high speed, boom, they die. Here an example of falling with your increase the speed, and basically I throw the enemy throw glass and now throw explosive barrels. Boom.
So can you have it so when they hit the ground from a certain height, they splat?
Yes. There's an option. So if they enter of ragdoll state, or even not being in ragdoll state, when they land, they can receive damage, and the player as well. For example, I don't receive damage here because I don't stay in the air for enough time. What I do is a hard landing. If you notice,
superhero landing.
Yes, there is an option for that. Basically, before getting damage, you can do a hard landing, and if enough time happens in the air, you can actually get damage from that. And also, if before landing you press crouch, the player will roll when he lands. so that can avoid damage from fall.
See, this is why I'm still skeptical that you're going to make the multiplayer, because you just keep adding so many cool new features. Now, what are you going to use for the multiplayer? You're going to use Mirror, Pun, Super Netcode, the new Unity networking. What have you decided?
The idea is to use any solution. Basically, what I want to make is a kind of middleware system that can basically add all the functions needed to send and receive the info for each character for it state in the scene. So basically send the position, rotation, animation, action, like firing a weapon or similar. So basically they will receive a message and send that info. And the objective is to allow to use any solution from mirror to fishnet to photon fusion, anything. What
That
I
would
am
be
using,
awesome. That would be
and I'm
amazing.
using mirror for the initial implementation and testing. But yeah, I will try many. The same objective for the VR. It will be. I have a Oculus Quest 2, but it will have the same approximation. So to allow to use any kit.
Dude, that'd be.
So basically, it will send the input functions, and that can be extended to use other types of VR kits. So it's the same for the line to use any solution.
Mate, that is crazy. That's like, what I wish everyone would do is that you can. It's multiplayer, but whatever you want to use. If you want to use Fishnet, Pun, if you want to use, Mirror, if you want to use Super Netcode, then don't worry, it'll work in anything. That's going to be great. What do you think? 2024 or 2023?
No, the idea is to take about a couple of months for that, for the initial implementation of the on the line.
So it will be ready by the summer.
No, it should be in the first. I can't remember the name.
The first quarter.
Yes, that is the objective. I try to take about 2-3 months for that.
Mate, I'm like trying to like you can, in the summer, and you're pushing for Q1. This is going to be crazy. I am. You stop making me so excited, Santi, mate. That is crazy.
I have to say though that this will be the first time that I make any online system actually. So I have a lot to learn for it, but one of the objectives of the asset that, because I work on it, is to learn more about development. So yeah, the online is something that I want to learn as well, to know everything needed for it and try to do the best I can for it.
Well, mate, I'm super excited. I literally have 1,000 ideas in my head now of what I want to make with GameKit controller. And if anyone is wondering, well, yes, it's on a 50% sale at the moment on the Unity Asset Store. So Chris, you've just heard about it. You just found out about it today. Now's the chance. You can go to the Unity Asset Store, ! GKC for GameKit controller, or put it into chat there. Santi, let me try my Spanish, right? Hacemos una competencia.
What?
Hacemos una competencia.
Okay, competencia about what?
Uno Valtrino.
Not sure what you mean.
I told you, you can make any word Spanish by just sticking the word O at the end of it. But I think was it Valle? El Valle?
El Valle?
Yeah.
No, not sure what you mean.
Come on, my like high school Spanish is not working. Cupono.
The voucher.
There you go. So, how do you say it in Spanish?
The word for voucher in Spanish?
Yeah.
Coupon.
See,
I think you said about the adding EO in the word. I think that doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Coupon's coupon in both English and Spanish. It doesn't. That's not fair. It's exactly the same word.
Yeah, it is funny because voucher is something I never heard until I see that we as a developer can do that. But I never heard that word before.
Really? So Unity has
head,
taught you that word?
In my head, coupon is sound like a French phrase, like constipated. That seems another word, but it's not.
Well, coupon's the word. I mean, but I always think of coupon as the physical paper coupon.
Yeah.
But what about my bit? Is it hacemos? Hacemos uno competencia?
Okay. I think.
How do you say that? How do you say, shall we do a competition in Spanish?
I think you want to do a contest?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah. A giveaway. But how do you say it in Spanish? Come on, say it.
Hacer un sorteo. Hacer un sorteo.
Hacemos? Was it?
Say sorteo.
Sorteo.
Yeah, contest is basically sortear.
All right. I wasn't too bad. It wasn't terrible. Okay, granted, you can understand a word I said, but I have that problem in English as well as Spanish and Russian and German and French and Italian and Greek and Turkish and every language. Nobody can understand me. So
unless you try, I have found many people that his mother language is English and I talk it or write it better than that. But yeah, so unless you tried,
at least I tried.
You can hear that my spoken English is horrible because I am not used to use it almost any time.
Mate, your spoken English is beautiful. Talking about other people who are beautiful and have beautiful spoken English, we're being raided, Santi, by Irish John Games, who's raiding us. You're raiding us just as we're about to do I was going to say competitio. How do you say it in Spanish again?
Sorteo.
Sorteo. We're gonna do it. But do you have a coupon? Because I forgot to check that if you don't have a coupon, don't worry.
Yes, I have a voucher. We can be gifted to any user that you consider.
Anyone that I consider worthy enough. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, do you know what? The people who I consider worthy have to be following the Twitch channel and ! YouTube. Also, go over to YouTube and do a follow, subscribe on the YouTube. It's free, doesn't cost you a penny. And what we'll do is people need to type ! Let's do that on there. So, Game Kit Controller, which is currently on a 50% sale on the Unity Asset Store. If you haven't already picked it up, if you're not going to win this, then pop over to the Unity Asset Store and get it. We're opening up the giveaway. They need to type the word ! And raffle together. Well, not the word ! Because that would be weird. They need to type the character ! And then the word raffle as one word. I don't think anyone's ever typed the word ! As ! And if you have already waffle, yes, waffle, it's raffle, because I can't pronounce my R's.
That is the magic word.
That is the magic. The magic word is raffle. The magic word's please. And Santi, in chat we were asking like, what should we make? Adame says make a bounty hunter game. That would be awesome. I used to love playing Star Wars Galaxies as a bounty hunter because you used to have to pick up the missions, track people, find them down, and hunt down other real players. Um, Are you a Star Wars fan, Santi? Do you like Star Wars?
Yes, I actually more for the movies and series. Well, movies, not the latter one because the most are horrible. But yeah, the series have been interesting so far. I haven't played so many games from them, but I am playing Fallen Order now, and I am a very big fan of the Jedi Knights games. I took many of the ideas from them, and I think those are the one of the most cool games from Star Wars.
They are. I was going to say to you, like, which Star Wars games have you found good to to borrow ideas from? For people who are joining the stream now and don't know, Santi is 2Cube Studio and makes the amazing game controller kit. And there's so many incredible features in this kit. You can pretty much make any game that your brain can imagine. And he's got the throwing axe or a hammer from God of War, loads of features from a load of other games. So what Star Wars features did you borrow?
Basically, the lightsaber.
The lightsaber, obviously.
Canon lives, and many abilities are inspired in that. For example, one cool one is basically
are you going to share your screen? Shall I?
You can. Yes, 1 moment.
While you get ready to share your screen again, I'll announce the winner because the raffle stopped. And the winner is, drum roll. Google! Google's won it! Congratulations, Google. Google, you've entered a few raffles recently and you haven't won anything. Hit me up on the Discord, ! Discord in chat. Send me a Discord message, and then I'll send you over the voucher once we get it from Santi. Don't give me the voucher now, Santi, because if you share your screen, everyone's going to see it. So do it.
Don't worry. I am not worried about that. Don't worry. I have it well keep it.
Well, are you going to share some lightsabers?
Not actually, but can you see my screen?
I can see your screen.
Okay.
I'm not sharing your screen to the world yet.
For example, I added an example of ability where you can basically take enemies and explode it.
I would do that one again. Play that again from the beginning. I was just sharing that. Put that to the beginning again.
I actually saw that.
Oh my gosh! That's disgusting.
Yeah, basically, it is inspired in the Sith powers. For example, that is an ability, and another is to suck life from enemies. But basically, you take like that, but you don't explode it. You just took a health from them, and that adds to your own.
I think that would be safer for a game for children to play than seeing people exploding all over the place. Daddy, jam is coming out of them.
For example, I can remember when in the last meet that we have, there were dual melee weapons, but that was added. For example, here I saw two lightsabers at the same time.
Oh,
and you can see how they slice.
I love it. Oh, don't tell me you're going to chop them and do it. Slicing them up.
Of course. It's the law.
Poor person's head just coming off their body. Level up.
For example, another cool thing.
Chris, you missed the raffle, buddy. You did. You missed the raffle. Google won it. Google won the raffle. But don't worry, it's on a 50% sale on the asset store. So if you were to charge per feature, right? This asset is like the cheapest asset on the asset store. On a 50% sale, it's ridiculous.
For example, I was seeing some, I think maybe from God of War Ragnarok. Basically, how they added finally the Thor and the hammer. So I take the idea from basically take the slide system and make a shatter option for them. So instead of a slide, it breaks the object in pieces. So basically, you can activate events of the detected objects. So basically, you throw the hammer and you can click stuff.
I love the fact that you can run and then the hammer will still come back to you. So you don't have to stay stationary for the hammer to come back to you.
Yeah, basically that is for the whole main system. Any weapon that can be thrown, you can call it back at any moment with free movement. That, for example, is configured with the action system. So, for example, you can actually configure action that play an upper body animation and leave the lower body to keep moving or do other stuff.
Oh, mate. Again, so many ideas in my head right now of what I should be doing. Now, a question about your multiplayer, right? I know you said that when you add a lot of new functionality, you like put the price up like $5 or something. Are you going to be doing a price hike when you've added this multiplayer support?
Yes, I will probably add what I say, $5 or $10, for example, to the current price. But as I said, any user that already had the asset won't pay anything for it.
So if you buy it now on the 50% sale, they don't have to pay any more money when you've added new features. Basically, that's the best advertisement. Anyone in chat right now, if you don't already own it, because looking at you, 50% sale, ! GKC in chat, and then when he gets that, multiplayer in. So like the only one you were talking about, which would be an add-on, is the VR. So I would have put the multiplayer as an add-on and charged people an extra $30 if it was me, but that's just me. I'm not you.
Yeah, I have considered it for a long time, and it is always hard to find the right decision for it. But yeah, I have no problem in that. What I will take the opportunity now is to say that there is a Patreon for the asset. So, for example, any person that wants to give a further support for the development of the asset is totally free to check it out and decide or not to give that extra support. But yeah, it's not mandatory at all.
Mate, you got an amazing community on your Discord. Like you're saying, over 3,000 people in your Discord. I've got no idea how you find any time to do anything, let alone reading people's messages. You've got so many. Mate, thank you so much for coming back on the stream. I've absolutely had an amazing time. I've loved having you on, and thank you for the 1,000 ideas now that I've got in my head of what I want to be making with GameKit controller. Especially, like, I just quickly want to show people who didn't see at the beginning. You've got if you've got Malbus dragons and GameKit controller, yeah, you can be riding around dragons with GameKit controller, or driving around in your cars. Did you also add it so the dragons could breathe fire?
Not sure what you mean.
So, like, Malbus dragons can breathe fire and have fireballs.
Yes. Basically, in this video that you are showing right now, the dragon is basically the Malbus controller itself, but using the general rider system. So basically, it used the plug that I mentioned before to add any external vehicle controller, or in this case, this animal. So yeah, basically it retains all the function and active from Malbus. Basically, it just allows to ride it with any extra code or modification just by the settings.
So all of the functionality of Malbus dragons still works perfectly.
Mm-hmm. You can naturally check the recent tutorial videos. You can see many examples of this general rider system. It is configured with universal vehicle controller or realistic controller, space combat kit. There is a lot of water vehicle physics and and others. There are about 20 examples for it. So you can basically plug any controller, any standard vehicle controller.
Chat's
And
asking
rely on-
about UI. UI is completely customizable. It's just standard Unity UI. So, I was asking that earlier about for the inventory, but yeah, and if you can change everything you see can be changed, and you don't need to learn to do any code. You can use all the editors. So very easy, very customizable kit. One question though, right? I'm gonna throw out to you. If I'm on, let's say I'm on Malba's dragon flying around using the system, right? So now I'm driving the dragon, let's say, but my character on the dragon, I still want to use the abilities, the GameKit controller abilities wheel to fight, to throw my axe and have it fly off and come back, or use my Jedi powers. Am I able to do that? Or when I'm on the horse, have I lost all of the GameKit controller functionality?
No, right now, basically, in that state, basically, you are controlling the vehicle of the animal. You don't control the player. You can, of course, get off from the animal or the vehicle, but it is planned to adapt to use weapons or abilities while driving, either an external vehicle controller or the breakers from GameKit controller itself. Basically, like in GTA and that type of games. So yeah, it will be added soon.
It
Probably
will be added soon.
The incoming year.
Santa, you've got so many features that are coming soon. It's blowing my mind, mate. I promise you, I'm gonna have to make something right with all these new updates that you're doing. Last time we did, it was a lot of fun adding that dwarf and the weapons in. So I've got to come up, chat ! Discord in chat. Put your suggestions on what we should make using Sandy's stuff. I'm loving the bounty hunter idea. I'm thinking of just cloning Days Gone and seeing we could make a Days Gone game using Unity with this controller. Oh mate, thank you so much. I'm gonna have to let you go to bed, but mate, you got to come back on when you've got the multiplayer working. Are you gonna come back?
Yeah, no problem. In fact, as always, once I have visible progress about that, I will share it in Discord. And I have planned to once the main structure of the online system is added, I am going to do some beta test with users to see how it behaves when the multiplayer is connected and how many players can connect to the same time and so basically to see how the performance is.
Oh,
brilliant.
So we need to wait for your invitation, everyone, to join the Sandy's beta test.
Yeah, there's no problem in telling you about it.
Brilliant.
It is always,
this is going to be awesome.
It is always fun. Can't wait for that, actually.
Oh, mate. For 2015, Santi began making GameKit controller, everyone in chat. It's been 7 years of fun. And if you've watched the YouTube video, go to YouTube and see my first review of this kit to see how different it is to what it is today. It is a completely different kit. It's amazing. Mate, I will let you go to bed. If I keep on talking, you're never going to go to sleep.
Yeah, no problem. Maybe a couple of hours more to do some stuff and go to sleep.
Are you going to carry on working for a couple of hours before you go to bed?
Yeah, probably.
Mate, you're crazy. Oh, mate. All right. You go back to work, and I'll be going to bed soon. Mate, take care, buddy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, mate, I absolutely love Sansi. If you want to see more of my crazy videos, click on the left side of your screen now. And down below, there's that big juicy subscribe button. And right next to it is the magic bell that if you click it, it will tell you if I've got a new video coming out. Till next time.